Hello, and thank you for joining me for another installment of the WineDirect Fulfillment Portal. Today, we will be reviewing the function of manually importing orders into the system. Let's begin. Locate the Upload Orders feature within the Orders chapter on the main menu on the left-hand side. Once selected, you will want to input your account name along with a unique identifiable batch ID to name this series of order or orders that we are about to import into the system. If you do not wish to title your own batch ID, you can select the system to generate a batch ID automatically. Now we are ready to export the file that is going to need to be used. Select Excel Order File from the hyperlinked selection, and once this is clicked, a spreadsheet will populate that is going to list for us the detailed instructions of what fields need to be filled out in order for a successful order import. Once this has populated, you are going to notice that the first tab of the order spreadsheet is going to list instructions. Every field that is titled is going to have an applicable definition pertaining to that field, as well as whether the information is required or optional to be completed. Follow this sample example in order to complete the next tab, which is going to be your actual order spreadsheet. I have started an example here for you, which we will review together now. As we go through each field on this spreadsheet, it is important to refer back to the instruction sheet if you have any questions about which fields are mandatory and which fields are optional. However, for your convenience, the mandatory fields will be highlighted in yellow here for you. The fields that must be completed are customer ID, customer order date, whether the order that is being imported is standard, club, or emergency order type, then the sold to first and last name, as well as the address, city, state, and zip code, as well as the phone number and email address. This is also going to be the information for the recipient or the ship to consumer. As we scroll through the next fields, we have a shipping priority. This is where you are going to want to input the shipping code for this specific order. We now have consumer and tax information. This does need to have fields inserted in on it. However, it does not need to be actual monetary amounts. Then we have the total charges, and we are now ready to start to input the applicable SKUs for each line item. Under Customer Product 01, insert the client SKU that you are familiar with. Then we need to insert the quantity of that SKU or how many bottles of that line item. And then we need to complete the fields for the price and subtotal. Again, keeping in mind that our system will not proceed with any transactions, and this is just for record keeping. We are now ready to repeat this exercise with the second SKU or line item under Customer Product 02. If there is no different SKUs other than the first one, you can stop at this point. However, you can continue on with different SKUs up to 15 different listed items on one specific order. If you are ready to complete that recipient and move on to the next order, simply jump down to the next line and repeat the function. To import the file that we have saved onto the computer, click Select an Order File. Now locate that file we have saved onto your computer. Click Open, and the system is going to identify that. Prior to importing the file into the system is going to ask you to insert your WineDirect fulfillment password. For security purposes, this is to ensure that manual orders are not imported by just anyone, but actually have an account within the system. Click Next, and now the system is going to review the orders that I have listed on that file. If there are any issues with the order, such as invalid address or an order with the SKU, the system will come back to alert me. However, if there are no issues with the order, the system will come back and read that it is ready to import and to press the next button to continue. Clicking the next button will allow the system to complete the import process, and we'll come back with a confirmation page upon completion. Orders that are directly imported into the system will be automatically visible within the batch summary. Should you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to your account manager. Thank you for joining.